What's up, guys? My name is Ted Darkclaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. We are the co-owners of Hella Dope Toys, helladopetoys.com, and I knew I forgot a button, Aaron. I knew I forgot a button. And this show is Hella Dope. Aaron.
So,
how the hell you doing?
All right, man. Another Sunday fun day, my friend.
It is Sunday. It is fun day. How was the week?
Not bad, really. Outside of it being hot as shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. So it's either been, and this is like the entire year since the beginning of 2025. It has been gloomy or rainy, and up until right now, it has just been hot as balls, and then it's just gonna shit the bed with rain. Like,
you know, honestly,
down.
I don't even mind the rain right now, dude. You know, it's a nice break from the crap that we've been getting.
Yeah, no, it is stupid hot out there. Stupid hot. Also, I noticed we did not get canceled for last week, so there is that. We are still alive. Nobody came at us with pitchforks. Well, one guy did, but you know, he just wanted to speak his piece, and that's fine. He's welcome to do that. And he did. And y'all can go look at that if you want. I don't care. But yeah, we didn't get any angry emails or DMs or anything like that.
I mean, not that I was going to read them anyway.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. Like, look, at the end of the day, like, just because somebody's on here doesn't mean we have to agree with everything that they said. And Elite Legend was an awesome guest, and we gave him an opportunity to speak his side of the reason why he says things, right? Yep. And I thought they were valid reasons for his perspective. And I think that's fair. So, yeah. Anybody that's mad about it, oh well. But, dude, we have a guest today.
We do.
And he's one of the OG guests, Aaron, from way back in the early days. Way back. And at one point, he was on this show more often than anybody else. He was running up a little score on people. Yeah. Joined us for some wrestling talks. He even brought in his own surprise guest one time.
Right.
That was fun.
That's still probably like the most like whoa moment.
Yeah. But, you know, he stepped away for a little bit, but now he's back. He is the co-host of Loose But Complete and one of the founders of Authority Figure. At this time, please welcome our great friend, the legend, Jeremy Jernigan. Jeremy, how the hell are you doing, friend?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. Appreciate you having me on the show. Sharing your channel, sharing your time with me. It's fantastic. It's good to be back, man. It's really good.
Yeah. You took a brief little hiatus there, and now you're back full force.
No, not full force. No,
not full force.
No.
You never go full force, man.
Never go full force.
Unless you're talking action force, then.
Yeah. I did. I had to step away for a little bit. Life comes at you fast, man. So I had to take a little breather. I've moved twice since then, and so it's been really hectic, and preparation for retiring, getting out of the army and then leaving the army it's a whole huge ordeal. I think that part of the military's retention strategy, for keeping people is making it so hard to get out that you just say, fuck it, I'm staying. It's like, so, but yeah, it's been good. Transition is done. I'm officially retired from the army now, and settling into the new house. So yeah, things are good, man. Things are good.
That is awesome.
Because I'm pretty sure we have some stuff that we need to send you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
know,
During your journeys, we didn't know which address to send it to, so we were like,
So,
we'll catch them eventually.
yeah, and look, that's the type of customer service that you're not going to get from anybody else. But besides hella dope right there. That's why I love ordering from you guys so much. There's a personal touch to it. You guys have your ear to the ground. You're in the chats. You have your own show. You know the community, right? You know when people are moving, maybe not send stuff. That's fantastic right there, guys. Thank you very much.
what's funny is because I initially needed to send you stuff, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the middle of moving. I don't even have a toy room anymore. So
Yeah.
hold on to it for a minute." And then Aaron and I came back around to it, and we were like, "Oh shit, do we have this stuff for Jeremy?" And on Facebook, you're like, "Well, I'm moving again." And I said, "Oh, this
No.
motherfucker!" I'm like, "So we're gonna sit on it for a minute." And yeah, Aaron just fucking brought it back up.
And then a minute turned into a year, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Much.
Yeah, that my fault. But thank you very much for the A+ customer service right there. Fantastic, gentlemen. Really appreciate that. You know what's funny about that, about me and Hella Dope stock, right, is that as I was moving and getting stuff, out of the storage area, there's Hella Dope boxes that I haven't even opened yet.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I mean, so I think I'm actually further into the Street Fighter 2 line than I think I am. I just need to open those boxes from you guys and see.
Probably.
Because
Yeah.
now that they're starting to hit Walmart, it's a little dangerous. I might be double buying figures that I just either I haven't opened, they're in my house and I haven't opened the box, or you two fine gentlemen have been keeping them for me.
Putting them for 2 years.
You were the stewards of my collection in your warehouse.
Yeah, we have to. I don't know, I'm gonna have to dust off the shelf there. There is something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they are, but something's coming your way now that you might be ready again. But man, we're at that important moment in the show where we have to discuss the matter of Jeremy, my friend. It's been a long time, and we need to know, sir, what you sipping on.
Well, old dogs in some certain circumstances do not learn new tricks, right? I am still just doing cheap, white trash beer, like I always do. Gets the job done, doesn't hurt the wallet too much. That way I have extra money to order stuff from helladopetoys.com. So not endorsement.
No.
Yep, not endorsement.
Checks in the mail.
That's how he stays retired, right there.
Yeah. Well, it's everybody that it was us.
Yeah. Aaron, what about you? What are you sipping on tonight, friend?
Well, so it's we're keeping it how it is. You know that I don't change it up. We just change the flavor. So we got that orange sody right over there. For $2, man, I'm telling you, Jeremy, 8%, 25 ounces of deliciousness.
The old Steel Reserve, man.
Gets the job done. Every
Gets it done.
He gets it
Yes.
done.
But this Dark Law, it is unfair of us to know what we're drinking. We didn't know what you're drinking. So what is it that you're sipping on today?
Oh boy, I switched it up today. This glass of urine is actually green tea. I'm not a green tea drinker, guys. I actually find this stuff to be quite repulsive, but I woke up feeling a little crusty. I've been grinding hard all week, and my wife recommended me some green tea. It sounded like I was losing my voice, and this helps move some things along. Not something we're gonna keep around, but for tonight it's good. But we also have a big ass bottle of Saratoga ready for action.
You want to try the Captain Picard tea. Earl Grey, hot, right?
Yes.
I got it. I don't know if he got it.
And Radnom will be on next week, so I bet that's what he's going to be drinking next week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But for all of y'all in the chat, as usual, tell us what you are sipping on right now, because we want to know. I like watching the chat flow, and hearing about all that crazy stuff that you guys do.
HTC for flavorful tea from Hugh Magoo's Chicken Emporium.
Yeah, isn't that like a knockoff Raising Cane's, Aaron?
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
I don't know. I just discovered there was one in Old Worthington, and I thought it was a knockoff Raising Cane's.
No idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about Ohio the other day as I was going through the freezer section in Walmart, and I saw the White Castle frozen mini sliders. Yeah, and I was thinking about those times when I would go and visit my dad's parents in Cincinnati when I was a kid, and we'd always go to White Castle and then Skyline chili. And then we get we'd get a couple of boxes of those Skyline chili dogs delivered to the house and stuff.
White Castles, man, it slides in and it slides out.
Is that what they call them, sliders?
Yeah.
Oh,
a nice long night out at the club or the bar. Need a little something to get you home. Just take one of them sliders.
yeah. Well, you know,
And then tomorrow morning it slides right out.
I'm making my life's mission to learn something new every day. So thank you very much, Aaron, for that one. I got another wrinkle in my brain.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good. I'm good for those, you know.
You can tell Aaron's wise because of his beard, you know.
Exactly.
See, people get wrinkles
Lots
in
of
their brains.
wisdom.
I get more white hairs.
Yeah.
Right.
He continues to power up
It does.
until it glows.
We're almost a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Super Saiyan beard mode.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the yellow aura to start around him, and he just starts yelling for no reason, right?
A couple more of these, it might happen.
Yeah, it's a couple of Seal Reserve cans start floating in the background, you know.
I mean, there are a couple back here though.
Well, you want to see if we can have a less controversial stream this week than last week?
Yeah, that sounds boring.
That's
Who
so
does
fun.
that?
Yeah, we were getting views, baby. We were getting them toxic views.
Hey man, you gotta bring him in. You gotta bring him in.
Yeah. People were saying the name, and then they immediately weren't saying the name anymore. So, Aaron, let's say what's up to our friends in the chat, because this started off slow, but they are pouring in now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah, you gotta. I forgot. Aaron's favorite tradition is to eat in the middle of the show.
Well, I just got home like an hour ago, so I had to eat dinner.
Eat on the road, friend.
Tell the wife that.
Yeah.
Like, she gets mad when I eat a bag of chips. Just saying. We got a head cannon. What's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you.
He was the first one here too.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive. The Titan, hail to the Hell Dope duo and the Hellions in the chat. Titan, thank you so much. And speaking of, the missus is upstairs with the other Hellions called my children. Good evening and happy Sunday fun day. Hope everyone had a good week. And this Travis guy, I don't know if I know this guy. He looks new.
Sounds like a troll.
Yeah, over there on Facebook. Whatever.
Yeah, that's where all the trolls come from.
I think he's doubling the chat, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw him and then I saw Mr. Perfect in there. I think I saw Mr. Perfect in there as well. So,
Wonderful.
no.
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wonderful, not Mr. Perfect. My bad.
Yeah, Jeremy's rusty. Give him a break.
What's going on? No one. I hope you're doing well. Our good friend Trust a Screamer, Sunday and Hella Dope and Chill Time with me and the missus. Must be no NASCAR on right now.
No more NASCAR, baby. NASCAR season's over. Yeah, it's Hella Dope season now. I don't fucking know. Who watches race cars drive around in a fucking circle?
Dude, man, you can take a great nap to those things. Oh,
yeah, until the cars come back around. You hear,
man. By like the 10th lap, you are knocked out, and then like you wake up, and then all of a sudden there's a wreck, and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm interested again," and then you fall back asleep.
I mean, even going to one, like you're out there in the sun, getting sunburnt, your beer's getting warm, there's some large woman in a wife beater and a hat on going, yeah, baby, yeah.
Mhm.
And
So, it sounds like you've been there. You know.
I have been there. I have. been there.
I've been there too. Not because I'm actually interested in the sport, but I went there when I was on my recruiting assignment. They would pay for us to go to places like that and set up booths, you know, and everything, and you know, talk to fine young Americans about, you know,
That's
serving in the
the
serving in the United
demographic,
States
right?
Army. Right.
That's the
Like, I know
demographic.
you're
right?
drunk as shit right now. Hooting and holler for your favorite driver. Bud, you want to join the U.S. military?
Yeah. So,
Hold on.
but Ted's description of that those events is pretty accurate. I got to be honest with you, it's pretty accurate.
Aaron, you can't see it, so I'm going to post this as the follow-up. I am getting yelled at by Mrs. Trust's Screamer. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. I mean, like, out of respect to you, I'm sorry. Out of respect to NASCAR, I'm not sorry. I'm not apologizing to NASCAR or cars in general, unless they're the Autobots. That'd be cool. Transformers NASCAR? Let's fucking go.
I mean, that might be interesting.
Maybe I'd go to see pod racing. You know, maybe.
Yeah.
Now this is pod racing.
This is pod racing. Moving on. Our good friend Action Figs. I'm pretty sure he's leaving DFW.
Oh, he was at Joe Fest.
Joe Fest. They're all
So he's been back for a week, so he's had time to recover.
Oh, then you're fine. Get back to work.
That's why. Yeah, that's why he wasn't here last week
Mhm.
when I needed him the most. Actually,
I don't pay attention to what happened around here.
I'm kind of jealous of everybody that got to go to DFW this weekend. Although I am in the state of Texas, I was with my son all weekend. Mrs. Authority Figure was out of town, so couldn't really take him with me and stuff. So I was stuck here.
That's some male
Road
bonding
trip.
time.
For the boys, dude. Toy show.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
let's
he'd
go.
be going and grabbing stuff off of vendor tables and jacking stuff up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how he gets free stuff.
I'm
Let
not
me tell you
dealing
how many
with
times my son has walked out of a toy show with free stuff.
that.
Go,
Oh,
here
yeah.
you go. What the
He
fuck?
did do that at the last
And
one.
then-
Yeah.
And then he tries to turn around and flip it. He's like, "Can I put it on the table and sell it?"
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could.
You trying to flip free merch? Come on, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, who would do that? I have done that actually. Huh. No, that's not all right. Keep that in mind for later. Our good friend Robert's Infinite Realms. It's Jelly. It's hella dope and jelly. Tell me, where's Stacy? Robert.
Yeah. Where's she been?
Where's Stacy?
Where's she been, Robert?
Yeah.
Where's she at?
Yeah. Come on, Robert.
Not that
where's
you're
she at?
not great, but
Yeah.
you're a duo. You
Mhm.
fall asleep. She stays awake a little bit longer and humors us for a little bit.
Yeah.
I improperly pushed a button, Robert, and she wasn't here to lecture me about it. It's unacceptable.
Very true.
Demerit.
Matthew Matson. I hung out with Random Diorama all weekend.
It's awesome.
Interesting.
I told Radnom he needed to be in more pictures, but next week we got a whole big old panel on. We're going to talk about Joe Fest and DFW because Aaron, you and I were at both.
Well, of
literally.
course we were. I mean,
We were obviously there.
What else do we have to do?
Yeah. So we're going to talk all about that next week once everybody recovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Titan-
there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm sure we're gonna have a small little conversation about some of the Valiverse stuff coming up.
We'll dibble.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk
Yeah,
about
we
the good
going
stuff.
to we going to talk about that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a discussion.
Titan says Ted has Saratoga and a cup of urine. Aren't those the same thing? Titan, I agree. Disgusting.
Delicious.
This
I
might
wish this was beer.
this might stir up some controversy, Ted.
Uh-oh.
Chloe says, "Where's those guys on Dope Monks?"
That's true. Jeremy, don't you own a Hella Dope mug?
I have one of the original ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Aaron, don't you own a hella dope mug, Aaron? Come on.
Yeah, it's sitting right here.
Yeah, mine's
It's sitting
mine's
in the
upstairs.
top for a year.
I didn't drink coffee, so I just have this glass. So I
They,
did not
they
bring the hella mug.
weren't they numbered back then?
They had
Yeah.
they had their names on them.
Yeah.
Your names,
So,
but
so mine was like I had my name on the inside of it too. It's a really cool mug.
Yeah.
Really cool mug.
I'm glad I don't get shit on about those anymore. Now that they're gone, they're dead. Not another one will ever be made. You can go to the merch store at hellodopetoys.com and buy the generic one.
Yeah,
now.
it's like a Redbubble one or something, or
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. You know,
It's the you missed it, but here's a constellation prize.
yeah.
See, we got some other familiar faces or familiar names here. Chris Gither. What's up, man? Good to see you. Who else we got? Yojo Jerk. What's happening, man? Good to see you.
Are you running through my start stuff?
Jeremy's
saying hi.
blasted through this.
Just saying hi. Just saying hi.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's cool.
Drinking Kroger water in my holodope mug.
I mean, Ted does do that quite often. What else is in here? I think we got everybody. Oh, there's one in here. Makita. Did I say that right?
Macanita?
Macanita Silva. That was close.
Don't know.
If not, you can put in the comments how much I butchered your name. I tend to do that a lot. Ted, Robert says that Stacy got hit in the face with a ladder.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then we got Stu for lunch. Hello Dope Toys, you guys are fantastic at shipping. Love the show. Happy to see Jerry.
Hey, right back at you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And of course, Stay Mossy is the superior mug now.
It is. I think I might have taken that one down. I don't remember. I don't know if that one's even still available.
I don't know. It's not like we only look at it every week.
Yeah. Oh boy. So I'm gonna jump ahead for just a moment. Sorry, I am losing my voice. I do want to say that we were talking about Radnom. The 1/18th scale playsets are still available, and the tower add-ons are now up for order as well. Those should be landing to us tomorrow or Tuesday, and then shipping out. And when we get to the Valaverse news later, I don't know, these Radnom playsets might be something you want in your collection. So get ready for that. But man. Another storm is coming. And that means one thing. It is time for the lightning round.
Oh, I thought we were going to get sued by WWE.
No, not this time, friend. Jeremy, you were not prepared for this at all. Are you familiar with our lightning round? It's a newer segment. We started this year. Are you familiar with the rules of the lightning round? I think you froze.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everything, either I froze or you froze. I'm not sure, but you're saying, okay, it's a newer segment.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the rules of the lightning round?
Good, because nobody is.
Perfect. So,
Change more than people's underwear.
Yes, sometimes it does.
Mhm.
So you're not prepared for this. You're going to get asked 10 questions.
Okay.
You need to answer these questions as quickly as possible before time runs out. And look, man, if time runs out, a giant beam from the sky is going to open up and kill us all. Okay.
Okay.
How much time do you have? I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
But I just know when time runs out, we're all fucking dead. We're all dead. So Jeremy, are you ready for the lightning round?
As ready as I'm ever going to be. Yeah, let's get this done.
You're on death row. What is your last meal?
Oh, box of Skyline chili dogs.
Correct. If I'm defusing a bomb, which color wire am I cutting?
Green.
Correct. Who was more impactful, Hulk Hogan or Hollywood Hogan?
Ooh. Hulk Hogan, for sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
What is the worst children's show you're being forced to watch right now?
Fucking Bluey, dude.
What?
Fucking. Oh, it's Bingo.
Movies are shit in this house.
Correct.
I don't know why those
On a
Australians add R's to words that don't belong there. It's weird.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your hand-to-hand combat.
Negative 3.75.
Correct. You just came across your doppelganger. Which one of you is the evil one?
We froze up. You're gonna have to hit me again before we all die.
You just came across your doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of you is the evil one?
Oh, it's me. He doesn't know that I've been training for just that situation for decades now.
Correct. Was Captain Planet cool?
Oh, most definitely.
Correct.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially the Don Cheadle version. That's my favorite version.
Don Cheadle version.
All about that one.
Yes. All right. How many push-ups can you do on a rainy day while you're in the mud while some guy is screaming at you and calling you a maggot?
What am I wearing?
Whatever.
42 and a half.
Correct.
Yep.
What is the ugliest name for a female?
Bernadine.
Correct.
Yep.
You're a man of action. What is your signature weapon?
Really my looks, to be honest with you.
Correct. And there it is, folks. Another successful lightning round in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
I like to now that I'm retired, I like to call myself a former action guy. It's my favorite acronym right there. Former action guy.
Former action guy.
Mhm.
I like it. Love it. Man, you killed that lightning round, dude.
Mhm.
Absolutely crushed it.
Well, it's like everything I've been doing in my entire life has led like to these moments that we're having right now.
Yeah.
You know, like every
Yeah.
decision that we've made, all three of us together, every decision that we've ever made has led to this point right here. So you have to be prepared for whatever.
You were
Yeah.
absolutely. I actually cannot argue that logic at
Right.
all.
I wouldn't try. I wouldn't try it if I was you.
Fairly spot on. Um, yeah. Jeremy didn't fail us.
HCC says this is the Jeremy doppelganger, right? Yeah, I the Jeremy died in a training accident on Fort Hood, and I've come and taken his place. Yep.
Interesting.
Love it. So, I don't know. I guess this is that weird section where we get caught up with you, man. Like, I haven't had to like really interview you since the first time you've been on here because you were on so much. It was more of just like us dicking around, but you've been gone for like, fuck, dude, like a year and a half, something like that. Pushing 2 years, maybe. You've been gone a minute, right?
I've been gone for a long time. Yeah, I have. So yeah, it's we got out again. I'm not sure if it's on my end or your end. Yeah, but
who knows? It might. It's usually me, but who knows?
yeah, but yeah, I used to come on here so regularly. It was a lot of fun. I miss those days. But
so, well, what have you been up to for the past year and a half? Like we know you were man of action before your former man of action.
mhm.
but like you weren't on YouTube or anything like that. Were you just living a normal, boring life? Like, did you have a hobby or a friend?
Yeah. A lot of it was, I was still doing some collecting, but not like a whole lot. And really just spending time with my wife and kid and everything. That place that we did wind up moving to was, we decreased in size, so I didn't have a display room. I didn't have any place to put my stuff, and I'm not gonna live stream toy news from a van or something. Like, who would do something crazy like that? So like, at least have some respect about yourself, have a display room. God, so so took some time off. Still a mod over there on the 3POA channel, just really not contributing as far as live streams and shows are concerned. So
now, before you ask this next question, Ted, since you brought this up, Jeremy, would it be more respectful to have a play display, like a toy display, in your van and then live stream?
The vans are already kind of creepy enough. They have a stigma about if you have toys in the van, then I think it may be even worse. I think having toys in the van would be worse than like the free candy van, But
what if it has toys and candy?
The double whammy, right?
I mean, somebody's got to win here, okay?
No, that's a no-win situation right there. That is the that's the what was that test from Star Trek? The Kobayashi Maru.
Kobayashi, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Kobayashi Maru. There is no winning that scenario. But anyway, yeah, it's so we didn't have a space for it, and then we moved to this place, and now we're kind of we have more larger setup, and I've got room to do my nerd shit in. So
all right, ultimate toys, candy, puppies, and free hugs.
Then you have to hug people.
Yeah, that's a quadruple threat right there.
Oh man, we're gonna get one. All right, keep sitting up, man. We're gonna get one of them.
There's gonna be a paragraph of shit, and Jeremy's like, "Nah, I don't know, man. Keep working."
Yeah, but I've been like I said, I've been in the background. Like I said, still a mod over there for 3POA. Still in those group chats with those guys and stuff. Still around, just not on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when we had saw you last, you were doing Authority Figure with your brother, where you were combining action figures, playing with toys, with board games. Now we know you were pushing the Spiro thing. They made a commercial for that. That didn't get funded. Not the end of the world. Right. And I know you were back on the drawing board. Like you would sent me like a voice message like, bro, we're kicking down doors up in here. And again, this was right before you had to dip on us for a little bit.
Right.
What happened with Authority Figure and like you and your brother during that time? Did everything just go on a hard pause? Was he still working in the background? Were you guys still collaborating on ideas?
Yeah, so I kind of took a back seat more as a let's just say I was more of in an advisory role, I guess. And my brother Zachary was the guy in the chair. Yeah, I'm the behind the scenes guy, right? As Jordan would say. But Zachary really stepped up to the plate, which I knew he would. Never any doubt about that. The creative side of things, and so I was contributing or giving my input, where I could, when I could, and it really led to a whole lot of what we're going to be doing here in the future. Is we laid the groundwork for a whole bunch of different things that we were just kind of waiting for me to be able to steady come back and give my all of my attention to it before we could start knocking on the appropriate doors, right? So I think I had mentioned this in the podcasters, the POTU, Podcasters of the Universe Facebook group, we did we put together a Masters of the Universe card-based strategy game that we pitched it to Mattel. They did not option our item, and so now we're in talks with them with a licensing partnership to just, they said, hey, okay, well, we're not going to make the product, but let's cut a deal. Let me get the license for it, and then I'm gonna kickstart this thing myself once I have the license. So, so that's what we're in talks with right now. And there's 3 other ones right now that are really, really, really cool. But I don't want to talk about them too soon. But we kick a lot of ideas around, and then Zach and I, we have the ability. It's I guess because we've been doing this since we were kids, but to really flesh out an idea really, really, really fast. So we're talking about. I guess long story short, the future going forward for Authority Figure is going to be mainly in our own IPs, right? Like our own, games and our own universes that we're making and stuff. And then also licensing partnerships of very, very, very well, big established IPs. Like that's what we're going for. Like,
Now I have a question about the Motu thing.
I think
so.
I freeze.
Yeah, it's okay. You're coming in and out, but it's fine. We'll power through it. We're used to this stuff. You freeze up, we'll come back around to it. Not a big deal. So in regards to the Motu licensing stuff, like let's say that license didn't pan out, are you able to strip the Motu off of it and add something else? Would the mechanics work still with something else that isn't Motu IP, or does this whole thing fall apart without the Motu aspect to it?
I wouldn't say that it falls apart. The core mechanic of the game is it's kind of like it's almost like a 1960s GI Joe, right? You have the base figure, but then you can put all the different accessory packs on it, make it a firefighter, make it a spaceman, make it a soldier, make it a policeman, So that's still there. Now the outfitting, the dressing on there can change. Right, but the game itself, it doesn't rely on Motu to work. However, there's aspects of it that do rely on Motu, like if I want to use Battle Cat as a vehicle, obviously we need to have Battle Cat, and other lore specific things from the old cartoon show, the shaping staff, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we can turn that into something else. Pretty quickly.
Now the Spiro game included, like, you were using action figures on a board game. You said the Motu thing is more card based. Does this still involve the action figure aspect, or is that just solely cards?
No, it's cards. I mean, if you have the figures and you want to put them out there as avatars, for your deck of heroes or your deck of villains, then by all means, go ahead. I think that adds something cool to it. But like I said, this is a card-based strategy and not so much of a, like, the AWOC Primal Battle was going to be like an RTS, real-time strategy kind of thing where, how you move on the board will have, an effect on, what you can do tactically and what your opponent can do tactically. And so positioning on the board was very, very, very important for that. But with a card-based strategy game, it's not like that.
Dude, man, we gotta talk about some Marvel Champions sometimes. I don't know if you're familiar with this game, but I fucking love this. I talk about it any chance that I can. I never get time to play it, but I don't know. This might be something that's like right up your alley.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with that game for sure.
Love it. So you're retired, you're free, right? Like you can do whatever the hell you want pretty much on any given day, assuming that you ask your wife first. You got to do that, right? So what's kind of like, what's on your agenda now? Like, are you gonna fully grind on Authority Figure stuff? Do you have other side projects that you want to dip your hands into, or are you just gonna lay on the couch all day?
No, really, it's just really grinding for Authority Figure. I think I kind of had a bit of a it kind of sucks when you put a lot of time and effort, into a pitch and put together like that reel, that I did, and commissioned all the artwork and I arranged and performed that musical piece and stuff, and then had it all edited, and so and it really sucks too when it's a property that you really care about and you're really excited about adding something to that IP. So getting the door shut in your face really kind of sucks, and I guess I was just being a bitch, man. I was like getting inside my feelings about it and stuff, and then Zachary was just, he was like, "Hey, look, we're gonna get told no. Stop being a bitch, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right." So, yeah, getting back on the grind, having conversations with people, people in charge of licensing and entertainment partnerships and all that stuff, pitching ideas, and seeing if seeing who's gonna bite. That's really it right there.
I don't know. I respect that grind because you're in this incredible position where you are like legally retired. It's not just like, oh yeah, I just don't work here anymore. Like you got your whole life, and a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm gonna go travel the world and I'm gonna do this, and you're like, no, I'm gonna fucking hang out with my fucking kid and I'm gonna fucking start another fucking business, and all y'all can fuck all the way off. Like there's no
Right.
hammocks or traveling Europe or anything like that. Like you're out there still kicking rocks at people, man. That's cool.
That's the idea.
I
I want to kick rocks at people my entire life. That's all I want to do.
It's awesome. Awesome. I love it. Aaron, you got anything you want to add in on any of that?
I mean, I'm curious to see, the project in the mind come to life. We talked a lot about the whole spiritual thing, and it seemed like it really had some good traction with like people being interested in. Unfortunately, as we know, it didn't come to fruition. But you didn't stop, man.
That's like, I think that was the most frustrating part about it, is that we would go to shows, and Jason and I actually we did a panel specifically for the game.
Yeah.
And every seat in the room was taken up. People were interested in what we're doing, and we demoed the game, and there was no shortage of individuals that would come up and say, "Hey, this is like the most innovative thing in the toy collecting space that I've seen in a long time. Like, you guys are giving us something to do just besides putting them on the shelf and taking them down to dust them." And we're like, "Hey, man, I really appreciate that." Pre-orders go live on this date, right? And then we did not meet our MOQ. We did not meet the MOQ for that, so it didn't get made. But I think moving forward, I don't think we're going to invest any more time into gamifying action figures, because it's like it's a niche within a niche within a niche, right? You have to find an action figure collector, and then you have to find an action figure collector that's interested in that line that you've made a game for. And then you have to find an action figure collector who's collecting action figures, collects that line, and also has an interest in games, right? And so it's like it just keeps getting smaller and smaller as you go down. So I think really concentrating more on tabletop and game enthusiasts, right? Instead of really having the action figure community as our target audience, I think we're probably going to be more successful doing that.
Yeah, no, I really think like card games are hot right now. So
they are, yeah, they're big.
Yeah,
So hot right now.
I mean, I
So
see grown men getting in fist fights over Pokemon and stuff, man. It's like,
yeah,
I need you to get in a fist fight over my, Thunder Punch He-Man card that's coming out, right? That's what I need. Like, I need you to body slam someone over Dragon Blaster Skeletor when it drops,
Yes.
the foil one, the foil card.
Now I'm getting a notice that my internet is cutting out. So if I get choppy or freeze, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm showing full strength over here on my side. So it's
okay.
Okay.
It passed for me. So one last thing before we hit up the chat. Once again, before you left, you and Chad were in the middle of a bi-weekly live stream going through an epic G.I. Joe story.
Yeah.
What was it? Joe's on Bros, Bros on
Bros
Bros on
Bros on
Joe's.
Joe's,
Hose on
Joe's on
Joe.
Bros.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that something that you think might make a comeback now that you're free?
You know, look, I gotta talk to Chad. You know, both of us are we're both happily retired now, and I know that show was a lot of fun, and I know that a lot of people were really digging it and buying the material, or buying the books and stuff to follow along.
Mhm.
So, you know, I definitely have a conversation with him about that, and something that he and I, did talk about. We kind of kicked the can for just a second. We never really fleshed out any ideas, but now that both of us are retired and we don't have to abide by any of the Department of Defense social media guidelines anymore, we can talk about whatever we want to. Really just, a couple of combat vets giving their insight on what's happening in the world today, as far as conflicts are concerned, and things of that nature. That's the idea that I had in my head anyway. I'm not sure if I conveyed it 100% correctly to Chad, but I think a show like that would be very interesting. And given our, like I said, real deal, real world perspective on stuff without having to worry about violating Department of Defense social media guidelines, what we can and cannot say. So I think that could be an interesting show as well. Just, it wouldn't be toy related.
No, I would love to see you guys have a comeback, because I had never read the book,
Mhm.
and it was just cool listening to you guys talk about it. Like, you were literally telling me the story as you guys went on, and then doing deeper dives onto it. And
Right.
it was just something nice to listen to in the background while I was packing orders or fucking just sitting around or whatever. So I hope something like that comes back, or something new. Whatever. But Aaron, I know there's some things in the chat, so let's see what's up with these people, and then we'll talk about some of these drops today. These people.
Hey, how about y'all do a live unboxing of stuff that you meant to send me, so I can know what I have?
That's all the way in there. I don't fucking know what I got to go through a whole order list.
I think, hey, that's what I'm
don't
going to do
know
next
what.
time I'm here. I'm going to do a live unboxing of all the dope stuff from a year and a half ago that I never opened.
Love
It's literally a mystery box. I'm not sure what's in there.
Us either.
It's mainly just a bunch of dick pics.
Yeah,
It's just dick pics.
Yeah,
just dick pics.
I mean, Ted, you and Aaron could dox my entire Hello Dope, order history, so people, can know what I've been ordering for you guys.
We'll expose your dirty secrets.
Your dirty secrets.
What are your buying preferences?
You bought 3 camis. I know what you're into.
Yeah.
4 actually.
Mm.
Yeah. Who we got in here? We got Nico. How's it going? Tedward, Aaron, former action guy, Jay Remy. Good evening. Hope you're doing well, Nico.
How's it going, Nico Tron? It's good to see you.
K Mac, how's it going? And there she is. Unless it's Robert pretending to be Stacy, then that's just awkward.
That is awkward.
Hello, dope.
Like Robert went and threw on a wig real quick and then grabbed her phone.
Like, it's me, guys. I'm here.
It's me.
We got our good friend the Briscoe up there in old Canada. How's it going? And Ace from Ramen Toys here, saying hello to the good people.
Oh, hey, what's up, Ace?
Says hello to us as well. The man with the best hair in the business, Art G. Pleasure as always.
Ooh, yeah. Emphasis on the pleasure.
Absolutely. Hair like that. Shit. Jeremy, this is for you. Ace says, retired?
Yes, I did. I retired from the United States Army, and I'm officially just a regular old citizen again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's been a journey, an unexpected journey.
And Nico Trona says, wait, are there Johos? Asking for the peen.
For the peen. Well, maybe as far as the hoes are concerned, I think make it into that as far as the Valaverse reveals today.
Oh man, and I think that was everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Aaron, I know you've been busy all day, so you haven't had time to necessarily keep up with some of the announcements that were made at DFW today. Um, I would like to say I was prepared and have slides, but all the pictures were just kind of like screenshots of like the actual panel, and the
Mhm.
pictures aren't the best, and I didn't want to go through and grab a bunch of people's pictures. But I do think I can share this if I can figure out how. Our good friend
It's your feet.
Quentin J. Bedwell sent me some images.
Hmm.
There we go. How is this going to look on here? There we go. Cool. So Quentin J. Bedwell sent us some artwork for the new Valaverse drops. So today Bobby announced part of, was it Series 6? I think he announced 2 figures
Mhm.
from that. A brand new line, which is called the Black, or I think he might have slipped up and said the Black Series at one point. So I don't know. It's officially the Black, which is modern day pirates. And then in addition, we got some news about.
Well, I think they're just a new faction in Action Force. I don't think it's a new line or a new series of figures.
Okay, see, he made it sound like it was like a completely different branding. It was still like, yeah, in the Action Force realm, but
That's the way
um,
that's the way I interpreted it. Yeah.
okay, okay. Well, he's got some modern day pirates coming,
Mhm.
which I think is very cool. And then he dropped that O-ring announcement. Oh, I messed up this screen. Every time I do a screen share, it screws. There we go. I think that's good. Announced some 1/18th scale O-ring figures,
Mhm.
which a lot of people got very excited about, mainly Chad.
Because I think if you were watching the live stream or go to replay it, when he shows the 3 3/4 O-ring figures, you can hear Chad in the background go, "Oh yeah," right. um, it's I heard it anyway. I don't know if anybody else did.
Yeah. So Jeremy, what are your thoughts on, because he dropped a lot today. Like he
Mhm.
dropped a lot of stuff. What are the highlights to you? What are you excited about?
Definitely pirate stuff. Pirates are always cool. I have my hook display over here with the battle raft, and all that stuff. Just the pirate stuff's awesome, and the new Zodiac type vehicle that he showed looks fantastic. I think it was just a whole bunch of W's. It was a whole bunch of W's for Valaverse today. The 3 3/4 O-ring stuff is going to be great. Especially if it gets fleshed out, because I know I'm a vehicle guy, and so 3 3/4 vehicles take up much less space than 1/12 vehicles. So so that'd be cool too. But yeah, everything looked really cool. I saw somebody in the chat referred to the reveals as I think they call it the boats and hose series. After they're seeing the 3 females in their gym equipment and everything, and then with the Zodiac boat and all that stuff, I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, everything looked really cool to me, especially the licensing partnership with Ubisoft to do Sam Fisher figures, because I've actually done my own custom Sam Fisher figure using Action Force. I use that what was that the special ops trooper torso with the urban trooper legs, because he had that black and gray camo pattern. and then
For
I
those who
used
don't know what we're talking about Splinter Cell.
yeah, Splinter Cell, yeah. And I took an extra blowback head, and I dry brushed some gray in his hair, and then I found a dude on Etsy that was making 1/12 scale third echelon tri goggles.
Okay.
You know, so I painted those up, and then put the little green dots in them and stuff. So it's a pretty cool Sam Fisher custom. But now to get an officially licensed Sam Fisher from Valaverse is going to be pretty dang cool, man. Really looking forward to that.
So I did see that through the couple of things I did flip through when I got home.
Yeah,
and that was a fantastic selling point for me. Like, man, I loved playing that game. Between that and Metal Gear Solid, and for this to actually be coming to life, man, what a great time to be a collector.
Oh yeah, it's and there's so much potential for it too. If he has any ambitions of fleshing out the line, right? And then getting Sarah, getting Lambert, like all the the characters from the game, and just like some generic bad guys too. Would be nothing, not any kind of like humans that are on the street or anything, but just like some generic bad guys. Would be kind of cool too. But yeah, I mean, nothing but potential there. And like, I got so fired up about it as soon as the stream was over. I went on Xbox Live and I re-downloaded Blacklist again, so I was like playing that today and stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to pretty much everything from the Valaverse reveals today.
What I thought was interesting about the characters that he chose for the 1/18th scale. So we have Pandora, Bone Collector, Steel Brigade, and then there was one more, right? What was the fucking fourth one?
It was the Praetorian, I think.
Yeah, so two of those are essentially army builders. And I'm like, yeah, you release a wave with 4 figures, 50% of them are army builders. I'm like, that's smart. And on top of that, like, that's gonna be something people want later on down the road too.
Yeah, I was super surprised that Bobby of all people decided to do Steel Brigade. Weird. Really
so weird.
I didn't see that coming,
Yeah, but no, some really, really awesome stuff from Bobby. And I mean, obviously we don't have dates or anything like that I'm aware of. But he made it sound like some of this is gonna be a minute, like end of the year, next year, things working in progress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a small operation that gets a whole lot of big things done. So it's going to take some time, but good things come to those who wait. So I'm sure all of these, he's going to knock it out of the park. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. In non-DFW news, we also saw the post over the weekend, the very sad post that, Hasbro layoffs went through. And Ryan Ting of the Marvel Legends team, we see him on all the live streams. And I know he gets shit for being a member of the Marvel Legends live stream team. But, he was released over the weekend. And, I don't think anybody can really crap on him. Like, nobody wants to see anybody lose their job. We just wanted Marvel Legends figures to be better, but I don't know, kind of bummer news to hear. I kind of thought those live stream guys were untouchable, but maybe I was wrong.
Well, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I guess not. But I'm sure really with the explosion of indie lines right now, kind of like that, just to reiterate a point that, in the latest Valaverse video that dropped over the weekend, this is a very, very, very good time to be in the indie toy business. And I'm sure that Ryan is going to find a footing somewhere pretty quick. It's sometimes those live stream panels that they do can be a bit controversial, but out of everybody that usually shows up there, I think he's the one that takes the least amount of heat from people. So I don't think it's going to be very hard for somebody to understand his talents and scoop him up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think Bobby's discussed before that, like, when he was laid off, he got some severance. So hopefully, Ryan's got some time to spend with his family and kind of figure that stuff out. So
figure it out.
figure it out.
That was the when Brian Myers and Matt Cardona, Zach, where the first show that they did was called Figure It Out together. Do you guys remember that? You ever seen clips from that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, they used to do this little tiny show called Figure It Out, and they would go, and it was like basically like toy hunting and stuff like that, and then they would give like some history about figures. It was real short shows.
Oh yeah. I saw something. I think I may have seen some of it on YouTube. Yeah,
don't know.
It's interesting, actually. You should watch it.
Actually, I think some of it was actually on the WWE Network back then.
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, Aaron, I didn't read any emails over the weekend. Is there any other toy stuff that I may have missed? I know you're looking through the listing pages every single day. Anything new that piqued your interest?
No.
Or has it been quiet?
It's been pretty quiet. Sushi Mama went up for pre-order 2 weeks ago. Juggernaut went up this past week. Outside of that, nothing. We're waiting on the arrival of some wrestling figures. Ultimate Edition 26, Elite 118, with that Nia Jax from WrestleMania, and I think that's it. Like it's been pretty quiet.
That Nia Jax figure that I've heard one person unboxed that figure already and was automatically put on the injured list. Just for coming in contact with that figure.
Killed Aaron.
I think I broke Aaron.
Oh my god!
It's a shame he was not drinking.
Oh no! I intentionally didn't do that for that reason.
Yeah, I think some people say if you take a Seth Rollins figure and a Becky Lynch figure and you leave them in the same shelf long enough, a little small new wrestling figure will appear. Right?
Bonus figures.
Bonus figure.
It's funny because I literally have. I have them both next to each other.
Yeah.
I gotta check my shelves to see if anything popped up, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm really excited for coming up pretty soon. I know Mattel Creations is going to have the Fright Zone playset.
Oh yes, the Fright Zone. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Sorry about
that. I heard it was like what, 70? $70?
No.
Something like that?
I think it's gonna be like $92.
No shit.
Yeah, I think it's actually gonna be more. It's going to be smaller in scale, but it's going to be more expensive than Snake Mountain was.
Yeah, because I have Snake Mountain here, and that was like 50, 60, I want to say.
I will give them this though. What used to be that monster, character that was in there is now actually an articulated figure now. Okay. Which is it looks like it's about Battle Cat size. So for the new sculpting, the new tooling of a brand new monster figure, right? That could have something to do with that price point. But is it a little too small? Oh, it's a little too small. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It was never a massive play set to begin with. It was the only Motu play set I had growing up. So it's like huge nostalgia bait for me. And I was a big fan of the puppet. I was sad they decided to put a figure in its place. I get it. It's fine. But, maybe just still throw in a little rubber puppet for me. Just for fuck's sake, do both, But,
you get those old Pizza Hut Land Before Time dinosaur puppets from back in the day. Put one of those in there.
I'm fine with that.
No, it's I think it's going to be cool. I don't know. Does Point Dread actually count as a playset too?
Isn't that just an add-on piece?
You can add it to the top to one of the turrets of Castle Grayskull, or you can just have it kind of independent by itself, like with the
I
Talon
never got
fighter
that one
on top of it. No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that, and there's it looks like Mattel Creations, as far as Motu stuff is concerned, they have no intention of slowing down anytime soon.
No.
Um,
That's probably like the only reliable line through them that I can get like religiously from them.
right.
Everything else has been hit or miss.
So from Mattel,
Yeah.
I mean WWE was always on point.
Nope. I'm talking about in the sense of getting it. Like I can order any Motu, I can guarantee it's gonna show up at my house.
Oh
When it comes to the wrestling stuff, it's like, I'm gonna send you this one, but this really popular line, like Jimmy J Uso, you're not gonna get those, even though you ordered 6 months ago. You're not gonna get them. So, ha, sucks to be you. Except for this time around, it looks like they've really picked up their game to where I'm actually getting stuff now.
It just always seems like I don't know, but back when I was collecting WWE pretty hardcore, I wouldn't even try to find it at retail. I would just wait until it came up for pre-order on Ringside. Because
that's been the other side. Like a lot of people are like, oh well, I'll just wait from Ringside. Like, well, especially a lot of people that are here local. Like, you do know that I'm looking at it right now. Like, you're trying to wait. It's right here. Like, why? And it's more.
Yeah.
Even with the tariffs, I mean, I get it. Everyone raised their prices. We waited as long as we could, and we had to do it ourselves, but still cheaper.
Yeah, but I think Ringside was paying for air freight, so they were flying their stuff over instead of waiting for it on the boats, and so you would get
they're still charging as if they were playing middleman out of
100%. Yeah, you would pay more for sure, but then you would also get it a month and a half to 2 months before. You'd see it on the pegs at Walmart and Target. So, and back when I was collecting a lot of Mattel WWE, I thought it was worth the extra price or the extra cost. Just my opinion, and not having to try and hunt it down and getting a fist fight with a scalper in the middle of Target.
No, I mean, like, they're exclusives, man. Like I buy them. I'm like, I ordered a couple of them recently because I got the Outsiders. I just got that CM Punk one they just did, and I think did I get the Steiner Brothers? I don't remember if I did or not. I got a bunch of shit coming.
I got a bunch of shit coming.
I mean, like their exclusives are great. I mean, I can't deny that. But the rest of their stuff, fuck off. Like, I have it cheaper.
Yeah, they're exclusive stuff like that. I mean, the Edge heads.
Yeah,
and then the Cody and Dustin Rhodes Bloody 2-pack was fantastic. Undertaker is Kane, right? That exclusive was.
I didn't get that one.
That was a good one.
It's probably like $100 now. Hey, Chris from Cutthroat Comics wants to know, why do you think WWE figures sell better than AEW figures? I feel it's kind of like an answer within itself.
Yeah. I mean, it's brand recognition, and I don't know. I mean, you've got a lot of crossover figures now too. You've got a lot of figures of wrestlers, both their WWE and their AEW version. So, WWE's has been around longer, and I don't think AEW has nearly the type of audience that WWE has.
I blame Jazzwares.
Really?
Oh yeah.
The Chris Jericho figure. This from early, like wave 1, wave 2, something like that. This Chris Jericho figure looks like trash. It was even that. Yeah, the little bit of bubbly one. It came in a sweet ass champagne bottle.
Yeah, I have that.
God, he looks like fucking crap. And they've done well with a few, like Darby Allin. I think they did really well with.
I love that one.
Yeah. So every now and then, like they do knock it out of the park.
Mhm.
But man, sometimes I look at these things and I'm like, what the fuck even is this? And I think that turned people away pretty quick. That and just dying star power.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't too long ago. There was a AEW, but it was a Y2J era. Chris Jericho. And it was it was not good. It was not good. But I mean, some of the stuff they've been hitting it out of the park with. But I mean, not every single figure from every single wave is going to be a banger.
Yes. That was god awful.
Yeah.
That's close of a peg warmer than it is the Shayna Baszler's and
Shayna Baszler. Or like it was, and I remember from like the first 3 waves of AEW figures, it's like okay, we have all the young bucks we need, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like they're not changing in ring gear often enough to really necessitate having these figures. And then it was like they did like a Street Fighter version of them, where one is like Ken and one was Ryu. It's like, dude, stop. That's absolutely wild.
I mean, you got milk the cash cow, man. They did it with Hulk Hogan how many times?
Oh,
they're just trying to keep up.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's 2 different versions of Hulk that are just collecting dust at my Target right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they just re-released on the greatest hits edition of his his orange and yellow.
Yeah, he's got the boa and everything. Yeah. But it's Hulks that they've already given us. We already have that one.
Yeah. You also have the NWO version that they've done it twice now.
It's like, the Darth Vader rule. It's the Darth Vader rule. You always have to have a Hulk Hogan on the pegs, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, bring those collectors back in.
Well, now it seems that the rule is you always have to have a Lando Calrissian, because
Lonely Lando.
Yeah, but between like Cloud City director Lando and then Return of the Jedi, Jabba's palace Lando with the staff, right, and then those 2 are just like they're always there on the Black Series shelves.
Yeah. And then they're having a meeting like, what are we going to release now? We're like, I don't know, but we need another Lando in this wave, friends.
Yeah. We need another Donald Glover, Donald Glover Lando.
Yeah.
And they just sit them all at a table and they can just talk about all their Lando isms.
Oops, all Landos.
Yeah, oops, all Landos. It's kind of like I think right now at my Target over in the Black Series area, it's just Beskar armor Mandalorians and Darth Vader's as far as the eye can see, and that's really it.
You know what? For all of our channel members, this is what I'm going to do. I've been talking about this for a really long time about what can we do to like make it worth your while. I'm going to do a video of the 3 targets that are by my house, just to show you the crap that's in it.
Like, well, they can go to their own Target and see the crap.
But there's more crap because we're in Ohio.
Okay, fair enough, because we get crapped on.
Dude, I'm saying, like, even the people that get crap at Target, they still have better crap than the crap that we got.
Art G gets all the good shit, so.
I know.
Dude, what is going on with his ollies, man? Like I've had an ollies in my town for a year and a half now. And the only 2 things the one thing that I found there that I actually bought was the Marvel Legends Super Adaptoid, right? Okay. And there was also the Hawkeye with the Sky Cycle.
Yeah.
I got both of those for $19.99 a piece.
That's a good pickup.
Good pickup.
Everything else has just been. There's an entire section of the aisle that's nothing but the Dungeons and Dragons Chris Pine live action movie, right? Owlbears. I mean, just an army of them. And then next is those 5.5-inch, Motu inspired Ric Flairs.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
There's at least 100 of them there, right? Okay. And then right next to that is, I mean, just no less than 100 different figures from the Black Panther to Wakanda Forever
Mm.
line with a couple of Captain Carters sprinkled on top. You know,
Is that
from
the What If?
yeah, from the What If. You know, like I bought that figure when it first came out, like because I wanted it bad,
Right.
and I got it when it first came out, but that was years ago, and they're still there. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I told
But
you
Ollie's like my Ollie's is trash. Like absolute
our
trash.
Ollies do. I mean, we probably have a very similar spread, but like you're probably talking about a solid 4 feet section that is dedicated to Shayna Baszler. It's all Shayna Baszler. That's it. I think that it's so many that you could probably buy. I want to take a whole shelf and just take it to the counter. Like I'll give you 10 cents for every figure that's here. That's probably you're probably still making a profit off of this crap. Oh my god, there's so many.
Yeah, it's a generational talent right there. That Shayna Baszler, though, she's 1 in a million.
I mean, she lasted longer than Ronda Rousey, I guess. You know,
Ronda Rousey was there as she wasn't a worker. You know, she wasn't a worker's worker. She was there as a celebrity, you know, event, you know, type of deal.
Yeah, I don't think she understood what she was really getting into, but I don't know. I guess that's a good segue to talk a little bit about wrestling. Look, friends, I saved it till the end. Please don't leave.
I feel like we have been already. We've been talking about AEW figures, and
we're just gonna touch on this for a minute. Now, Jeremy, I know you are more of a man of a different generation as far as wrestling goes.
Yes.
But you know, 2025, interesting year, kind of, I guess. You know, Triple H is in charge, John Cena heel turn, doing a farewell tour. I don't know if you've kept up on any of that, or at least checked a highlight or read a post on Facebook or anything, but what are your thoughts of the current John Cena shenanigans?
I don't care. To be quite honest with you. Now, I haven't been watching everything. I've been keeping up with everything. There's a YouTube channel, What Culture Wrestling, right?
Yes.
And so who's the who's the bald asshole Simon? You know what I'm talking about?
I know you. I don't know.
Yeah, the WWE guy, right?
Yeah. So anyway, so I've been kind of keeping up with the highlights and everything, and like I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Cena's really got his heart in it. This is just a paycheck, and you know, I think there's other things that could be done, especially now when you have the freedom of not being on cable television anymore. And it just looks like, my opinion, we're still in the PG era. That's just my personal take. If you have something to contradict me, or
you definitely see you see signs of it here and there. Yeah. It's like every once in a while they try to like jump the line, like let's see what we can get away with when I say this, and then they go, we'll just come back. That's we've done this for so long. Like it's hard to look at the other side of the road and say, I can use blood now. I can curse and I can do all these things. Well, at least Raw can. SmackDown still can't because they're on USA. But you know, I feel like to your point, when they announced the whole John Cena heel turn, I text Ted immediately. I'm like, oh my god, we're finally gonna get it. Like we've been waiting.
Oh yeah, he spoiled it for me. He spoiled it. I was asleep on the couch. He spoiled it.
You weren't going to watch it anyways. It doesn't matter. I saved you. We got what we asked for 25 years, and I don't know, it's very lackluster. You know, it feels like to me this heel version of John Cena is just John Cena saying all the shit that he's been wanting to say, like for real, for 25 years. Fuck all you people. You used and abused me. You wanted me to be your workhorse, and I sat here and I did it. And now that I'm trying to do movies and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that, now you want to fucking hate me. Screw you. That's what I felt I got out of that. Now, I did watch parts of SmackDown, and let me tell you, I did thoroughly enjoy CM Punk's version of his Thugonomics. Very entertaining. If you haven't watched it, he came out full, basic Thugonomics. John Cena loved it, even with the music. But it was for nothing. You knew John Cena was going to win.
Yeah.
That. Like, I don't know. I kind of just want them to go. If you're gonna sell to this new young audience, this new young crop of wrestlers you got, do it. You got all this talent and you just not using them. What's the point?
Yeah, it's also going to be interesting to see. Since now that Raw is on Netflix, right?
Yes.
They haven't done a draft yet since
they've been kind of bleeding together.
Yeah.
They're waiting
I
for
think
the
they're
USA.
stepping away from it.
They're waiting for the USA contract to end so that SmackDown also joins Netflix.
Okay,
They're essentially just they're blending both rosters together, and either way it goes, there's really no one person or one brand minus the champions.
Yeah,
and even then they cross over.
Because I thought it would be interesting to see how exactly they would handle the, geez, I just said it, the draft. After now, going to streaming platform instead of cable television. So, but we'll see. I'm so like, I don't know. I think it would take a whole lot for me to get back into it, and bringing out fossils of the yesteryear is not the way to do it. It seemed like for a long time, anytime, ratings were getting low, they would, pull Bill Goldberg out of their back pocket again as a last ditch effort.
Yeah, I know. Just did it. Yeah,
I know. And I mean, I can't help but think about that match he had at Crown Jewel with Bray Wyatt.
Is that the one where he knocked himself out?
Yeah.
He tried to put Bray Wyatt in the jackhammer. Like he almost dropped him on his head.
Yeah.
Like Bray Wyatt was in a very, very dangerous situation right there. And it's like, stop. He doesn't have the draw that he used to have. Nobody cares.
And that's why I like when they do bring back Stone Cold, because like he doesn't have to do anything. You hear that
he runs people over
shatter.
with a 4-wheeler.
Yeah, oh yeah. But you hear that glass shatter, you're like, oh man, yes.
Love
it. But then that's it. He says a couple lines, he drinks some beers, and then he leaves.
But hey, look, and that's the absolute beauty of the Stone Cold character, right? If done properly, less can very much be more. Yeah. Think about Stone Cold, even at the height of, the Attitude Era days with, Mr. McMahon, and all that stuff, and his feud with The Rock back then. Stone Cold was never a top turnbuckle guy.
No.
He was never a high flyer. He wasn't even a technical wrestler, right? He'd just come in there and he'd slam a beer and he'd start throwing worker punches and get you in a corner, and start stomping on you.
Yeah.
Stone Cold can still do that at his age. Unlike, imagine like Ricochet trying to come back at the age of 65 and do the stuff that he was doing in his early 30s. It's not happening. No. And so Stone Cold can come back and do that whenever the hell he wants to. And and his finisher, he can do his finisher to anybody. It's not like the jackhammer. Yeah. It's not like, like Goldberg, trying to pick up, Big Show or something, let's just say Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt's he's not a skyscraper by any means, right? But the dude, he was heavy. But it doesn't require that amount of physical strength to do the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah. It does take a little bit of
Rob Montoya's hanging on. What?
Oh yeah, that's they just had Raw here in Columbus last weekend or last Monday.
Just want to give a shout out to Ramen Toys. What?
Can I get a oh hell yeah?
Oh yeah, Stone Cold ET. Yeah,
Stone
that
Cold
was
ET. Man. If you have not seen Stone Cold ET, please do yourself
Stone
justice.
Cold ET wants a couple cheeseburgers.
Yes, one little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mustard.
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold ET said so. Right? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Please go.
timeless.
Please, if you haven't watched it, please go do it.
yeah,
You-
that's
thank-
from like 2000. It's
Oh,
from the beginning of
It was
YouTube.
the early days of YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Oh my
Homeboy
God.
is out of White Castle, by the way.
yeah.
So,
Really?
yeah. Yeah, he's at
Oh no! Okay, the video. Yeah, the video.
Yeah,
There.
yeah.
I thought you know like
Man.
he's like at a White Castle right now. Like, man.
Yeah,
No,
Stone
no,
Cold
no.
ET's right there. Yeah, at the White
Yeah, a
Castle.
couple cheeseburgers. Hell yeah. What? What?
Oh my God, that's so good. I can't believe it.
Man. Well, I don't know. I think I had high hopes for the Triple H era of wrestling, especially after what he did with NXT. Unfortunately, I can't say I see a huge difference between what happened in the Vince McMahon era. And you know what? The John Cena heel turn should have had more to it. It does feel like it's missing something. And
three simple letters.
It's legacy. It's legacy.
TKO.
yeah.
TKO has taken over, and they're trying to make money. Why do you think they went back to Vegas for WrestleMania next year? They
Yeah.
sold record tickets. They made millions of dollars. They weren't going to get that in Louisiana. Here we go, back in Vegas.
I think, and also what may be playing a factor with Trips in charge of NXT versus Trips in charge of main roster, right, is that he is having to contend with these legends in the locker room. You know, over at NXT, when you constantly have, you know, an influx of wave after wave of brand new developmental talent that's literally putty in your hands.
Yeah.
Right. Their fates are undecided, which we all know WWE characters, you know, can change over time. Stunning Steve Austin was not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Kofi Kingston used to have a Jamaican fucking accent, right? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So when you do have this influx of brand new talent, right, that you can observe and coach and mentor and let them create these new personas for themselves, right? It's going to be exciting. You know, but then you switch over to the main roster stuff, and it's like, okay, there's Randy Orton again. He's crawling around on all fours. Okay, and there's the RKO. Right. We know what's going to happen every single time.
Yeah.
And I don't know as far as contractual obligations are concerned, as far as the talent having a role in creative, because I know a lot of those legacy talents, they do work into their contracts a certain amount of influence as far as creative is concerned. Right.
I think a lot of the talent now have a little more creative influence. I don't want to say the word control, but they have a lot more influence than what they had when
that's
was around.
Much better way to describe it. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, NXT is still fun. I still like NXT.
Yeah, this is the Shawn Michaels era, man.
Think I'm cute. They know I'm sexy.
He's still a sexy boy to me, damn it.
Yeah, even
sexy Kurt. I make that ankle hurt. I had in my mind.
Unfortunately, he took too many bumps in the day, and now he's got an eye that's just living its best life and doing its own thing. Right?
At least he let the hair go, you know?
Yeah,
it was time. It was time.
Yeah. It was long overdue. You know, maybe one day I'll be that brave. All right, Aaron. Well, it's we're getting late here. You want to do one last round for the chat? And by the way, while I'm thinking about it, HGC, I did forget to respond to your email. That was like a week ago, and I told you I would get an answer. So let me talk with Aaron after this, and we will circle back around to that. So,
guys, can you give me 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'll be right.
We're just gonna do chat stuff.
Okay. No, and I'm kind of scared. Here we got Iodine 74. Definitely seemed like a faction but he first presented it as a new line.
Okay. Yeah, talking about the black.
Yes, the black.
Yes.
HGC, new Vala stuff, Lord Scale stuff, and Vala Pirates.
Yes. Super exciting stuff coming.
The Titan says Bobby did refer to the black as a new line, but it's definitely in the Action Force universe.
Okay. It's confusing. We'll see what happens when it's all said and done.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems like a lot of people are saying that the black is just a new faction, basically.
Yeah.
Robert says Bobby is calling a new line that exists in the same world as Action Force. They can interact or not.
All right. Look at our chat taking care of us.
Exactly. Rollkeeper indeed did hear Chad. With the,
He did hear the yeah. Oh yeah.
HGC also mentions new Vanguard color and add-ons look rad. Gonna have to figure that one out. I think we're all gonna have to figure that one out. He dropped three Vanguards, a limited edition pink, and now this beauty. Man, I don't know. Somebody's wallet's gonna be hurting. Not mine. I don't have a wallet.
Yeah.
Trust the Screamer says, I love the modular approach that he's got going forward. And, Bobby's always trying to, elevate and expand, the line and the dream of that he's created. So hopefully, we see more good things. I did see in one of the photos that he added like a hidden articulation piece to get a little more movement in there. So look at that. Just listening to what the people have been wanting and delivering on it. Headcanon. It would be great if he could do the whole Splinter Cell universe, Ghost Recon, Hawk, and End War. I mean, yeah. I mean, Splinter Cell is just the beginning of this. I mean, if this goes well, I can't see him not considering the option of going down the rest of these iconic lines. But
I would probably say that Rainbow Six is more of a viable option than Hawks, though.
I mean, you're talking. Could you score the? I mean, not to say that I don't know if Splinter Cell was an easy license to get. Rainbow Six might be just as.
Dude, I don't know with Splinter Cell. I remember that. What was the one Splinter Cell Conviction?
Okay.
Remember NECA did a figure of Sam Fisher in his green sweater with the little backpack, and everything. But then, I think there was some Japanese import stuff. But as far as I don't know. And then I know there was a couple of statues that got done for Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yeah.
When it came out. But as far as really like Tom Clancy, title, Ubisoft, game stuff, there's not been a whole lot, man. Unless I'm mistaken, unless there's a line that I just don't know about.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't follow it like I used to, but I mean, from the things that I've been paying attention to, this is probably the first one in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if he can get Rainbow Six, oh, come on, oh, that'd be beautiful.
Not the current iteration video game.
No. By all means, no.
But if he could do like Vegas and Vegas 2, oh yeah, for sure.
I want to go back and play those. I haven't played those in a hot minute.
Don't do it. Don't do it. The controls are not what you remember. They are not modern day shooter controllers.
I don't play a lot of modern day shooter anyway. So.
Okay. Then maybe right. Individual experiences may vary, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, Aaron.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I'm off.
I'm gonna do it harder.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on Twitch. I'm gonna stream it so everybody can watch me be horrible at it. Yeah. I need to get back into it, by the way. Well, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Your show. Go ahead.
I mean, by all means.
No, I was just gonna say, Cutthroat Comics. He says, didn't Todd McFarlane do Metal Gear? He did.
You did.
He did Metal Gear 2, Sons of Liberty, and I was actually working at a GameStop when those hit.
Yeah, that was
And
what, 15
it was like
years ago.
it was like
It's been a
2000. It was like 2002.
That's been a long time.
Like,
But I mean,
yeah.
I think that's kind of the point where like some of this stuff it needs a good comeback, a nice
Yeah.
repackage. You know?
Yeah. I remember when those things came in, man. I just got my first check, and I decided to use my employee discount, and I bought the entire set because it had that build a Metal Gear Rex.
Yeah.
You know, I got nobody. It wasn't even fair. Like, I was that dude that worked at GameStop that hustled them things. They never made it to the shelf, bro. You know,
You were the
like,
guy always had to fight, man.
yeah, I was that guy back then. You know,
stealing all the Chase Funko Pops, bitch.
Funko Pop. Who's
Bitch.
who's collecting Funko Pops?
Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Iodine says he seemed to imply the World War II stuff might be sooner than we think.
Mm-hmm.
I still have Funko Pops. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, the World War II stuff is going to be fun too. I just unless I missed it, I didn't see a Thompson submachine gun up there. I didn't see the Tommy gun. I saw a lot of other different World War II weapons, but I didn't see the Thompson.
Maybe he's saving it for a little something special.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby doesn't like to show you the whole shebang bang. He likes to leave a little something to the mind and then drop it on you out of nowhere.
A little tease, just a little tease.
Yeah, just like, ooh, hey. But don't worry, I got it covered. Ace over at Ramen Toy says, wishing Mr. Ting the best in his future endeavors. Yeah, I mean, anybody that loses their job, I mean, it sucks. But with his talent, like we were saying earlier, somebody will swoop him up and use that knowledge that he has. So good luck to you, sir.
100%.
HEC also says that no one's untouchable in the corporate world.
That's fair.
You're damn right. And then we got a Hyundai showcase. How's it going, man? Good to see you. HEC says he needs that new fight zone. His NWO Mossman needs a new home to invade.
Love it. I love NWO Mossman. I hope he gets a new home. I hope he does. I need a second Mossman so I can make an NWO Mossman and just keep him on the shelf.
I'm pretty sure I saw that one over there somewhere. Yeah. And Action fixes. I realized that Double J has been off screen for a while. I can't take any more drinks of him fixing his earbuds.
Well, yeah, our old drinking game.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Good old days.
Hey, look, man, I'm still that same old dude. I haven't replaced the earbuds. They still don't fit. And so
thought there was a period where you ditched them for a minute, and then I was sad about it.
Yeah, I think I lost them. But then because I think I took them out of my computer to use them for my phone, and I think I lost them. But then I found them again in my truck. So yeah, they're back. My ill-fitting earbuds are back.
Perfect.
Yeah, like
the lore remains.
If you choose, yeah, the lore is intact. No retcons, nothing. Right now, if you choose to partake in that old drinking game, may God be with you. Right. It's we'll send flowers to your service. Right? But,
they will sing hymns of your triumph attempt.
We'll give a moment of silence on the next live stream.
If you want to see Aaron and I play the Jeremy Jernigan drinking game, go back to episode, I think it was 14, Streams of Future Past. I wish I had that clip.
It was yeah, because I think my first one was this show is hella dope. Episode 11, I think.
Yeah,
I want to. Yeah, I want to say.
So long ago.
so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It
It was like 2 years ago for sure.
yeah. Feels longer. Hey.
You need a hella dope historian.
Yeah, that's what Ed's for, but he doesn't like looking stuff up on the fly for us anymore. I'm too demanding. I'm like, Ed, what was it? Go look that up real quick.
like he's Jamie from the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look that up, Jamie.
It's episode 14. You said it's 16 minutes into the show.
Yeah. But
Was that it for the chat, Aaron?
That was, man. For sure.
Awesome. Well, good. There was something else in here. I didn't star it. But Cutthroat Comics asks, what is the future of Hella Dope for 2026? Bro, we still try and get through 2025, man. I am not fucking thinking about anything next year. We've already tried that game. And in 2024, we planned for 2025. And then tariffs and all sorts of stupid shit happened.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to recover from the ass whooping that we got in Q1. So
yeah, the future of Hella Dope in 2026 is to make it to 2026.
Yeah. We just trying to survive. Cool. Well, I'm gonna leave the chat alone, and that means it is that sad time once again where we have to wrap it up. So Jeremy, I did not put any of your socials in here in the description or anything, so I wasn't sure what you were using or if you're using, but what would you like to promote, friend?
Just really myself and my new lifestyle brand that's coming out. There's going to be Authority Figure soaps, Authority Figure body wash, right? Authority Figure placemats, Authority Figure flamethrowers, right? Like all kinds of stuff. So keep an eye out for that, right? Hit me on InstaSlam and for updates on all of that. But no, actually nothing right now, man. Like I said, we are focusing on licensing partnerships right now. So possibly more to come in the future if negotiations go the way that we want them to. So, but as of right now, it's just good to be back. It's good to see everybody in the chat. It's good to see Ted and Aaron again. Like I said at the beginning, thank you again for sharing your time and sharing your channel with me. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Now, with you, you newfound freedom, are you and Ryan getting back to your Wednesday shenanigans, or is this going to be still kind of when you have time?
Maybe more to follow on that. More to follow on that. I think we need to, it's been so long, and then the Loose But Complete episodes are just kind of hit and miss. So, I know Ryan has done fantastic things with the channel, as far as like growing it, and then the number of guests and the different types of shows that he's doing. So it's it's definitely a conversation to have for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Awesome. Aaron, what do you have to promote?
Oh shit! If I promote something, go buy something. Like and subscribe if you're not already. And if you are subscribed, go find somebody that's not subscribed and make them subscribe. Make them go to helldopetoys.com and buy something so that we can ship it to them in one business day, unless I forgot because I worked 12 hours and slept half the day. Those things happen.
We drop the ball every now and
It's the greatest thing about shopping at helldopetoys.com is making an online order and then 20 minutes later getting a shipping confirmation already. I love it. I love it. Maybe I buy stuff from Hella Dope Toys not even because I want the figures. I just like seeing that speedy that speedy customer service,
making us work. Yeah. I bet Ted's comfortable. Let's
Ted's sitting on the toilet. Oh, God damn it. Gotta get up.
Yep.
I wait till about 11:30, 11:45. I'm like, you know what? I bet Ted is trying to have lunch.
Yep.
let me buy something right now.
Yep.
I tell you, with the cost of bubble wrap these days, I'm sorry, some of y'all, I love y'all, but some of y'all shit ain't getting bubble wrapped anymore. Okay, I'll pack the shit out with some paper, but bubble wrap is expensive as fuck right now.
It is rough right now.
God, I think I got
Um,
like a 20-foot roll. And it was like $10.
Yeah, you should just well, I mean, bubble wrap requires air, right? So you should just I mean, if you just blow into the box and put the air in there and then seal it real quick, it's the same thing.
I didn't think about
If you
that.
think about it.
I have to
See,
do some R&D on that.
Like it's, I mean,
Big
this is-
Nerdy's got those air pocket machines. We need one of those.
Mm,
How much that shit
Yeah.
cost?
Well, then we'll just have Jeremy blow them up for us.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We'll
Yeah.
send the deflated roll to him. He's got nothing to do now,
mhm.
and then he'll mail it back to us.
If there's one thing that I have a big expertise in, it's blowing things. So
Yeah.
just send it my way. I got
He's
it.
the man.
Don't even worry about it.
We'll set
He's the
a
man.
priority too.
You don't even have to pay me.
Like next day air.
Yeah.
Dad, what you got, man?
All right. Well, as I stated before, the towers, they are collapsible towers for space, are listed at helladopetoys.com right now under the random diorama section. So you can buy the catwalk playset and you can buy the tower attachment as well. Those are not going to ship out in one business day because they are not here yet. But I do expect those tomorrow or Tuesday, and then they will ship out in one business day. So get on those. The towers are in a much more limited supply. That's something, I don't know, we'll see how these do. If they sell out super fast, maybe we'll get more. Maybe he'll have a different attachment to it. But if you are into the 1/18th stuff, definitely swoop these up, especially with Action Force stuff coming out now. New O-rings for you.
Mhm.
Outside of that, go buy a Juggernaut figure, man. Go pre-order Juggernaut, and yeah, that's what I got. So next week we're gonna be talking about the cons that just happened over the past 2 weekends, Joe Fest and DFW. We're gonna bring on Random Diorama, A Punk with Toys, our moderator Action Figs, and Mikey from Mikey's MJ JMK Customs. Yes. Sorry, I was not prepared for that. So the four of them are going to be talking about their con experiences, and obviously because Aaron, you and I were both there. We're valid people to lead such a conversation.
I was there. We were there VIP. We got flown in to both shows.
Yeah, we were totally there. We just got back.
VIP is like virtually in person.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we were there.
Really
We were
there.
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is it, guys. Be sure to tune in next week if you want to hear about the cons. And
have something,
Jeremy,
Jeremy?
think
I thought
What?
you were going to say something, and you kind of stopped.
Mm-mm.
okay.
Nope.
Well, Jeremy, thank you again for hanging out with us. It is great to see you again, and I hope to see you more now that you have more time. And don't be a stranger, friend. And the rest of you, see you next week. Bye.